Yeah. You are my fire, the one desire. Believe when I say I want it that way. But we are two worlds apart. Can't reach to your heart when you say that I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Am I your fire, your one desire? Yes, I know it's too late, but I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Now I can see that we're falling apart from the way that it used to be. Yeah, no matter the distance, I want you to know that deep down inside of me, you are my fire, the one desire. You are. Don't wanna hear you say nothing. Ain't nothing but a mistake. I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. 'Cause I want it that way. Yeah.
Hi, I'm LA.
I'm Michael.
I'm Travis.
And I'm Ryan.
And welcome to Season 16 of the Transcript.
This week, Takeaways makes a return reviewing boba shops in Northampton. And senior news producer Jasmine Fu takes a look at the effects of overturning of Roe v. Wade.
At Tuesday evening's school committee meeting, Northampton Mayor Gina Louise Sciarra warned of budget challenges, urging Proposition 2.5 overrides due to rising school spending. A proposed 8% increase in the school budget could lead to a $3.5 million deficit, and the recommended 4% increase could lead to numerous staff and program cuts. In other news, 6 individuals, including 4 Massachusetts State Police troopers, faced charges for allegedly accepting bribes, including a free snowblower and driveway, to pass drivers on their commercial driver's license tests. Charges include conspiracy, extortion, and falsifying records.
Downtown Northampton is filled with many restaurants and beverage shops. Many are boba shops and restaurants that serve boba on their menus. Today, Takeaways tries teas from Lime Red, Absolute Zero, Nice Tea, and Ouya Poke Bowl.
Welcome back to Takeaways. So obviously we are not Parker, Rowan, and Rory, but I'm Jasmine.
I'm Shira.
I'm Ryan.
We have special guest Bear speaking to the mic. So we're reviewing 4 local boba shops. So this is from Lime Red, we got the Jasmine milk tea, and then this is from Nice Tea. We got the Rose Jasmine Green milk tea. This is from Absolute Zero. We got the Jasmine milk tea, and then this we got the original milk tea from Ouya Poke Bowl.
Unless you miss it, of course.
Out of 10, there's like a minor like jasmine flavor, so I would rate it like a 7 out of 10. It's very milky. There's a lot of tapioca, so I'll bump it to like an 8 out of 10.
I think it's good. I think I'm gonna agree with this 7. It's because it feels more milk than tea, but it is
Definitely looks more milky.
yeah, but it is very good.
I'm gonna be a hater and I'm gonna say that the Lime Red was not that good. The boba was really chewy. There was cinnamon flavor in there. Not a fan
Cinnamon?
of. Maybe that's just jasmine. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I've never had jasmine milk tea.
No, okay. So I would rate this a 9 out of 10. It doesn't get a 10 out of 10 because I think it's a little too sweet. It tastes less of a jasmine flavor than I would like, in my opinion. And you can't really taste the green tea, so 9 out of 10 because it tastes good.
I've never had rose tea, but I do like it, and I think I also like the color. So I'm a big fan of the color and the boba. I think I'm gonna also stick with 7 out of 10 on this one too.
I was a super big fan. Gonna rate this as 10 out of 10.
Wow.
Actually, no, 9 out of 10 because the pop from the thing was really not a pleasant sound.
Oh wait, Bear, what do you think? So this is the only one that I actually got a taste of their boba. It's very chewy, so I really like it. There's some brown sugar at the bottom, so it adds a little sweetness. This one definitely has more of a jasmine flavor, so I really like that more. I would rate this a 10 out of 10.
I like this one a lot, and I think in terms of like most jasmine-y, this definitely wins out of like, I don't know, most flavorful jasmine-wise. But I'm gonna do like an 8 out of 10, I think.
I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 because I really enjoyed the flavor and everything. Great flavor, you could really taste jasmine and everything. The ice cubes are cute, the design is nice, but I got a lot of tapioca, and the chewing, it took me a solid minute and a half from the entire time Jasmine started talking to the mic got to me. I was still chewing.
Okay, so it has a really nice milk tea flavor. The tapioca is more cubic shape than I'm used to, and is more gelatinous than kind of just the other 3. So I would rate it a 7 out of 10 just because I don't really like the texture of the boba.
I like it. I would rate it, I think, a 7 out of 10, but I'm gonna up the score because they let us film here.
Yeah,
And they also gave us a free boba on the house. So this is
I'm allergic to.
that. Okay, that is true. I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
I'd rate this a 10 out of 10 because of how gelatinous the boba was. I really enjoyed it. It was a little kind of crunchy, and it was really Not like
Gelatinous and crunchy.
like a gelatinous crunch. Like, you know a gelatinous crunch?
You
You know what I mean.
I don't.
Okay.
So keep going.
So the gelatinous crunch, spectacular.
I hope you guys enjoyed this. See you next time. Yeah, see you next week.
We are in a dangerous moment in the world because this is not just about the right to choice. This is about rule of law and democracy and who is a full person in the eyes of the law.
The most significant impact of Roe versus Wade being overturned is 32,000 lives saved as a result of states implementing laws that restrict abortion and save lives.
Since the Dobbs decision, which overturned the constitutional right to an abortion, we've really seen a monumental public health crisis, racial justice, human rights crisis unfolding across the entire country. 21 states so far have either banned or restricted abortion, and this is impacting half of all women of reproductive age across the nation.
So I think the overturning of Roe v. Wade has had a different effect depending on the state in which you live. If you live in Massachusetts, we've obviously expanded rights. Other states have followed suit. New York, Vermont, California, they've all really tried to protect abortion rights. I think in other states like Texas, and I pick on Texas because a lot of cases keep coming through Texas, it's been really dire. We just had the case a few weeks ago of Katie Cox, who had a severe and fatal fetal abnormality that could have resulted in her not being able to bear other children if she didn't have an abortion. And she was told by the Texas Attorney General that even though her case should have qualified for abortion care under Texas law, that no hospital in the state of Texas was allowed to perform that abortion. And I think that's really devastating. It's demoralizing for the whole country to hear that there are states that now think that people should just die rather than get abortion care. And that is really, I think, many, many steps backwards in terms of gender equality.
Justice Samuel Alito wrote for the court, "We hold that Roe must be overruled. The Constitution makes no reference to abortion, and no such right is implicitly protected by any constitutional provision. Abortion," the court declared, "is critically different from any other right that this court has held to fall within the 14th Amendment's protection of liberty, because it destroys what Roe and Casey call fetal life, and what the law now before us describes as an unborn human being."
A lot of people were angered by the Dobbs decision. A lot of people were scared by the Dobbs decision because the media and our elected officials were scaring women, saying, "You will not be able to get an abortion. You will be forced into giving birth." You know, this narrative, the rhetoric was so heated and so false.
It's simply awe-inspiring what one can accomplish with their own hands. A lump of clay can turn to meaning if you strangle it with enough enthusiasm. Look what we've built. We created life itself, Henry. Not just on a silver screen, but in the hearts of those we entertain with our fancy moving pictures. But when the tickets stopped selling. When the next big thing came along, only the monsters remained. Shadows of the past. But you can save them, Henry. You can peel it all away. You see, there's only one thing Bindi has never known. He was there for his beginning, but he's never seen the end.
Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for next week's episode, which will be the first one produced by our new Season 16 crew. See you next week.